Let's go. Fucking my eyes, I can barely open them right now. So I feel like this is the move. Let's go.
Let's go. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Lone Wolv Podcast. I'm your host, Wilson in the house. You already know it. Today we got a special guest in the building. This guy, I've been following this guy for a long time, and he has amazing music talent that cannot be on par with any of the greatest, because he is our greatest. He's a legend in the making. He is the one and only Infinite. Let's go.
Holy shit. I've never had such a hype intro in my life.
Dude, that's how we do it, man.
Insane. that was wild. Fuck. Thank you for that. Holy shit.
That's how we do it, man. That's how we hype shit up. You know, we hype it up, man. That's how it is.
Let's go.
Let's go. So first things first, man, before we even get started to the stuff, man, how are you, man? How are you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm doing all right today.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm looking forward to this conversation. It's going to be fun.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a fun one. And it's going to be a very good one. I know I've been praising about it for the whole day, man. I've been praising about it since we had that conversation when you said that, yes. You have no idea how I was when you said that, yeah. I was literally jumping off through the fucking walls, man. Because,
oh, hell yeah.
You know, like I said earlier in the introduction, I've been hearing about you since Cymatic days, bro. Imagine that.
Oh, shit. Yeah, okay.
So imagine me at that time when Cymatic was starting to pop off and I hear Infinite, and then I see your trajectory all the way to where we are right now, where we finally meet. To me, it's like, oh my God, I got this guy. This is awesome.
That's wild. Oh, that's dope that you've been around that long and that you were excited to have me. Because I actually had only I don't know, maybe a few weeks before you hit me up, I had seen that you've been doing the podcast, because I don't remember if it was Ryan's episode or someone, but I seen one of them post it and I was like, oh, bet I'm a holler at him because I feel like this would be fun. And I knew you through the Discord, obviously. So yeah. It's interesting. You beat me to it just right after I had started listening to them. So that was dope.
No, that's the universe, man. The universe itself. The universe is telling us, is like, yo, we need to have a sit down. We need to have a chat, man. That's how it is, man. And I do really appreciate it. I said it in the chat, man. I really appreciated you saying, you've been following me on the podcast, and you've listened to at least some of the boys, from the Grocery Boys. Shout out to those guys. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the game.
That's a good game, man. I'm trying to get as much as all of them as possible. Some of them are very hard. Yeah. Some of them are very hard because they got managers, and managers are sometimes don't work out with me. I don't know why. I don't know. There's no hate with them. It's just, they just feel like, nah, you ain't it, B. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, to each their own, but I mean, I'm always down to chat with the homies. I be chatting with homies all the time. Might as well chat on the internet.
Absolutely. Why not, man? So coming up to what I said earlier about the Cymatic days, can you give us a little bit of bio of how it all started? First off, how you got into the Cymatics, and when did you actually started the whole shindig with the whole production level that you are right now?
Damn. Okay. I'd actually been man, I've been doing this for because I've been doing this shit for a long time now,
really?
Probably 10 years, maybe. Yeah, I guess, because 9 years ish. But when I started this production thing when I was 18, whatever, the internet and the dubstep community, it is right now, was not a thing. It's just a completely different planet. Back then, I was on this thing called Dubstep Forum, which was at the time, it was where if you were interested in dubstep production, you were on this shit, because this was back when every legend right now, the Funk Case, the Excision, Downlink, all of those OGs, these guys were all very active on this shit, and you could talk with them, they always replied. This was this was back when like Excision was getting crazy blow up because of like his Shambhala mixes and shit.
Yeah.
So he was like the biggest thing, sort of, I guess, at the time in dubstep. But like that, like dubstep was such a small corner of like dance music. It was like Excision could have been the biggest thing in the like dubstep thing, and it would have still been like it was not like it is now, where like these guys are throwing these like I don't know how many people Lost Lands is, about 1 million person festival
For real.
like, and it's like the communities that these guys have on the internet now, like through the Instagram and Twitter and shit. Because like Instagram was not a thing back then.
Yeah.
Like when this dubstep forum was a thing. Twitter was like
whatever. Yeah.
It was very like not like there was no really like way to go viral the way that like everything can go viral now. So that was back when I started doing that. Sorry, I just like went off on a huge tangent about how the internet was. But yeah, back when I started doing this, I basically learned and kind of like grew through kind of like dubstep forum at the time. And then like the Facebook and Instagram and shit started to like become normal. But I'd probably been doing this for like 5-6 years before Cymatics hit me up to work. And if people are too young that are listening to this, if they don't know about Cymatics,
they can't be this young, like not
like
know what Cymatics.
If they don't know what it is, it was like this sample pack company that kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And just exploded in like
just in a ridiculous amount of time. Like it was just
it was
out of
so
the blue
fast.
and bam.
Yeah, so they were this huge sample pack company that they're still like massive now. Like they exploded and they killed that shit. I've always had nothing but good things to say about Cymatics because I thought they were great at what they did. But they hit me up just to asking for, I think it started with like I did a sample pack and that was just like a free download, but like they were going crazy at the time. So like I got so much of a following just from like that. And then I started doing like some more work for them. I did like feedback sessions and like project files and stuff. But yeah, at the time they definitely helped me like grow a following and I kind of became known, I guess, for like also just not like producing music and shit, but like being a part of that at the time. Cause like a lot of kids were really locked into that shit.
Dude,
at the time I was doing it. So, they helped me like grow a lot for sure. And then how I got to here from then, I mean, that was kind of just the way the internet worked at the time. I don't even like kind of remember exactly how I started growing my numbers on the internet.
But you know that everything just like exploded a bit more after Cymatics or during after Cymatics time.
Yeah, for sure. Like at least on the internet, like I still wasn't really heavy or like touring much at all, but like my socials, like really, I started having like a lot more kids following my shit and like just being a lot more interested in what I was doing. So, that was great. And then I don't remember like, cause I never had like a one track, like huge, massive blow up type thing. Like, I kind of just like very much like did my thing and just kind of very like slowly, surely just got to the point to where like I ended up having management. This is like before the pandemic and all this became not normal, but I ended up just like linking up with management and like an agency, and then started touring, and then got put on like a bunch of support tours, and then that was kind of as popping as I was, and then like the pandemic came, and then shit.
Yeah, no, fucked everybody up on that one.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm still like very much in like the recovery mode from that. Because like being from Canada, it's really kind of, I mean, it's opening up now. It's more so like normal-ish out here, and like it's looking like it'll be safe for me to tour again soon. But like Canada was like locked down so hard, like while the States opened up.
Yeah.
And like through the pandemic, my visa, because the pandemic was like 2 years, my visa that I had got 3 years prior, like 2 years of that visa just sat completely wasted because I couldn't tour during the whole pandemic. So yeah, so like I'm in the process of getting a new visa sorted.
Mm.
But it's kind of like, yeah, it's just I just been recovering from that. And
Yeah,
like,
it's just a lot of dumb
shit.
protocols. Yeah, a lot of crap that you had to start all over again. More fees that you gotta pay for, more paperwork, and then once you do it, then it's gonna take forever for them to say, okay, you're okay to come over to the country and get paid.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, just doing a visa process when there's no pandemic for 2 years is like annoying as fuck by itself. So like just like watching that whole process completely go to waste, and then it's like, okay, I have to wait until it's like for sure Canada is not about to lock down again, because last thing I want to do again is like drop 3 racks on a visa to have all this shit shut down again, because it was so back and forth for so long. I was like, fuck, man, like I can't be dropping a bag like that and risking we're gonna have like another 6 months shutdown. Like, so
damn, I didn't know I didn't know it was that much. I knew it was like a few $100s. I didn't know it was thousands.
Oh man, no, bro. Oh, shit. No, okay, bro. The last visa that I had got, when like in 2018, that was when I was like the biggest I had ever been. At, like I was doing well, and then like, because to apply for this visa that my management got me, it's called the O1 visa, which is like, it's good for 3 years, and like you can go in and out much as you want, but it's like the lawyer people told me it's like the same type of visa that like a Justin Bieber would have. So it's like the elite, like performing artists, like top tier visa thing. So to get this thing, it's like 3,000 US.
Jesus.
Once it's done with like the application and lawyers and shit. But when you also do, and then there's like a lot of fees on top of that.
Yeah, of course.
But then when you submit this shit, along with like how much it costs, like the package of stuff that you have to give them is like so extensive. Like you have to get like a bunch of testimonials from like very notable industry professionals. You have to give them like years worth of press and articles, and like, because you have to like prove to them that you're like
legit,
a big deal, and like there needs to be a reason for you to go there. So you have to basically give them a package of like years worth of just telling the government basically like how fucking sick you are and like why they should let you in. But then once you apply with all this shit and you pay, there's still like no guarantee that you're going to get it. And if you don't get it, you don't get refunded. But when you also apply to this, the timeline is like of when you will get the visa. It's like, yeah, it'll be done anywhere between 0 and 90 days. So like 3 months. But like you so often, like you have to, because when you apply for this visa, you have to give them like a tour itinerary that has like shit that you've already got booked. So you have to book the tour before you get the visa, because you have to like prove to them. That's why you see so often, because artists will say like, hey guys, my visa didn't come in time. Like, I can't make it. But so if you get like close to that window expiring, you have to pay like 1,500 more USD, and then that will guarantee that it's done like within 12 days once you pay that fee. So when I had my first tour booked, I already paid all that money, and then it got to that window where like my management, my agency were like, yo, it's getting to that point where like you need to pay that if you want to guarantee the first few stops, or like if you want to risk it. But I was like, no, fuck, for sure, like I'll pay the extra money. And then it was done the next morning, of course. So like, yeah, it ends up for that type of visa, it was like close to $5,000 or something. Yeah, bro, it's like, damn it. And it's just the money and like the stress, bro. Like the stress of waiting for that shit to come back. I think I lost like 10 years out of my life because I didn't sleep for like 2 months because I was like, dude, if I don't get this visa, I am fucked. That's why every time you see an artist on Twitter be like, yo, my fucking visa just came, like it's literally like one of the best days of your life when you get that shit.
Yo, I didn't know it was that bad. And I didn't know it was that much money that you gotta drop. And that's not, and you said it yourself, it's not even guaranteed. So
Yeah.
even if you're already booked ahead of schedule, they can just like say, nah, you ain't good. And you're
Yeah,
like, what
straight
about
up.
all those booked? Like, you're fucked.
Yeah. That's why, like, you have to be so thorough with that package when you submit it. Like, cause yeah, if they're just like, no, bro, like, this ain't it, then you're out the money and then you're fucked. No touring.
Fuck. And what's the visa that allows you to stay and live in the States?
I could have lived there on the O1 visa.
Oh, okay. Because that was the situation with Josh and Pat from Mode Step. Those are the homies, you know? And when the pandemic hit, because those guys were literally about to start their tour, their live tour. They're literally about to, sign to Disciple. They got a couple EPs. They were ready to like fuck shit up. And then also the pandemic hit and they were like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And they never got deported. They say they got to stay in LA during the pandemic and even afterwards. But the whole time in my head is like, wait a minute, don't you get deported if you are not proving then that you're still working? Like,
yeah, which they would have had to like. Which I mean, they're still technically working through like royalties and shit, but obviously they had. Like,
but there's that itself is not enough. You know that itself is not enough to feed yourself or even pay the rent that wherever you're living. You know.
Yeah. And so like as lame as the process was for me to do that visa, I'm Canadian, so it's like even as fucked as that process is for all these people from Europe, all the artists who are going for these, like what I've been told is that shit is like 10 times as fucked as mine is. Like apparently they have to just like do the craziest like shit to get their visas. So like as much as I want to bitch about mine, I heard theirs is just like on some shit.
Welcome to the American system.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jesus.
And it's I'm so jealous because everybody from the States, like from what they've told me, like there's zero visa to come to Canada. They need like it's called like a letter of exemption or something. They basically just need like a piece of like a document from a promoter.
What?
It's like the easiest thing in the world for them to come and play in Canada. But yeah, like they've basically all told me it's like a no questions asked thing for them to come here. Like long as you don't got a record or like no sus shit, it's there's no money. I know that guaranteed. There's no fees. I think there's like they take their tax exemption from your fee or some shit, but like they do not like drain your bank account.
Get the fuck out of here. So it's hard to get into the States, but it's easy to get out.
Yeah, that's why all the homies of mine be like coming here, no problem.
God damn. What?
Yeah, I'm jealous.
What?
I wish it was that easy.
Dude, I didn't know that this whole visa situation really works. Like, bro, this is why I keep telling everybody the fucking system is broken.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's wild how many artists get fucked over visas. Makes me want to cry every time I see one of them tweet, be like, hey guys, my visa didn't come. Cause I was just like, oh my God, if my visa didn't come in time, I would have been so devastated.
Yeah.
So I just heartbreaks for them. I'm like, oh my God, that's the worst feeling ever.
I can't imagine, dog. I can't imagine, bro. That now I feel much more sympathetic to everybody that tweets that out, says like, about my visa, or hey guys, I'm sorry I had to cancel. We couldn't make it, yada yada. Now I feel more sympathetic. Now I feel sorry. I feel like, damn, bro, this sucks. Like, I'm sorry that my country is a piece of shit in a way. Like, seriously,
it's crazy.
It's supposed to be the land of the brave and the free. Where it's the American dream. Everybody come in here and do the work, and you get it.
No way. Nobody come in here and work. They said.
Holy shit, man. No, I damn, bro. I feel for you guys. I fortunately I didn't have to go through that because I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and despite what many people will say about my island, which is wild to me because we're considered U.S. as citizens. The moment you were born in Puerto Rico, you're considered Americans, full and through. We got social security card, passports, everything. You know, we're considered Americans. However, yeah, we're considered.
Puerto Rico is a country, though, correct?
I'm gonna get to that right now.
Probably sounds so dumb asking that.
No. Don't ever feel like that, because you know what? A lot of people do not know about this, you know, and I don't blame them. Puerto Rico is literally a colony for the United States. So we have our own shit. We have our own laws, but we use U.S. currency. We use U.S. federal laws, and we have all the U.S. benefits. Difference is we're considered as a territory of the United States, a colony. It is what it is. Call it what it is. You know, that's what we are. We can compete in tournaments and represent our flag, our country as a country itself. But we're still under the American influence. We're still a colony from those guys. We're still Americans, no matter what. So yes, we are a country of Puerto Rico. So someone can say, "Oh yeah, I'm from Puerto Rico," and we'll hold the flag about it and be proud about it. But at the end of the day, we're 100% Americans, no matter what. Like, we can literally travel to any state in America, from Puerto Rico to any state, with just our license, and that's it. We don't need to require a passport or anything.
Crazy. I thought Puerto Rico was completely its own thing. I probably sound very stupid.
Nah, bro. I can beat you with some stories. I heard stories when I traveled to the States when I was younger, you know, for camp and other shit. People ask me, where you from? And like, I'm from Puerto Rico. I kid you not, guys. The first thing they come out is that, was that Mexico? I'm like,
emotional,
like, no, Mexico is here. Puerto Rico's in the Caribbean islands. Oh, but don't you speak Spanish? It's like, yes, our main language is Spanish, and we also speak English because we have. Oh, so you're Mexican? Like, oh my God, no. Nah, we're Americans. We're Americans. We're Americans. We're Americans. I had people telling me, do you guys got McDonald's in Puerto Rico? It's like, I die a little. I was like, seriously? Like, there are a million questions you could ask me about Puerto Rico, but the one that you want to be assured is that if they got McDonald's, they got some Mickey D's. Oh, my favorite one.
How many people's thought process is that? And they're like, yo, do you want to hit this country? And their top question is, do they got McDonald's?
Oh, that's bro, crazy. People,
they got McDonald's in every country. I think that's like illegal to not have McDonald's in your country.
Even the countries who have dictators on it still have McDonald's.
Yeah, well, for sure.
Like, even the dictators wouldn't have some Mickey D's. You know, no, that's Burger King. Now, what's the famous burger that they have? A Big Mac. There you go, a Big Mac. Obviously, they want a Big Mac. They'll be like eating those fries and shit, you know. But no, people assume that we live in a third world country, that we live in poverty and we're poor, and we live under a cacique, which is a bamboo house in Spanish.
Bet.
I had people give me these questions for the longest time. At first, right now it doesn't bother me as much. If somebody asks me, and I'm just like, you know what? Just Google it, bro. Just Google it. You got your phone. You always on Facebook. Go Google. Go do your own research. You know what you consider research. Go do it. You know. But at that time, I didn't know any better. I'm like, damn, you guys this dumb motherfuckers. Are you guys really that stupid? Like shit. I was forced to learn American history. I was forced to learn about the whole slave trades and how there's actually people in Puerto Rico. I was forced to learn all about that shit and learn Puerto Rican history. Like, God damn, bro.
Damn, you're crazy for that.
It's crazy, bro. But I got sidetracked there. What was it that I said about Puerto Rico? Oh, yeah. We're fortunate enough that we're considered Americans, so we don't really need a passport to enter the country. And that's exactly how I did it. Like, as soon as I finished college, I just like pack up my shit and just moved to Miami. And now this has been my home for almost 8 years, you know?
Gang.
And
wait, you say you're in Miami?
Yeah, I still live in Miami.
Oh, bet. Shit. Miami boy.
Yay. So you already know if you're passing by Miami, just let me know and I'll pick you up and you can stay in my place, man.
Let's go. Real
Let's go.
shit.
You already know, man. But yeah, I moved here after I finished college because I was kind of lied and disappointed from my college experience. I was just like, I did not learn anything. I just got a degree out of I don't know what the fuck. And I'm never gonna use this ever again. And this is not even my passion. I just did it just to please my parents, just for the time being. And so that way I'm allowed, do whatever I want to do. And then I ended up going to SAE, School of Audio Engineering, and managed to graduate along with my brother on Nitty Gritty.
Oh, dope. That's cool.
So me and Ricky actually have a big history. Actually, not too long ago, though, he went to the Grammys. He was nominated for a couple of them.
I see he was there what was it, 2 nights ago?
Yeah, he was there with...
Man, that guy's always nominated for Grammys, though. I swear to God.
Oh, bro. If I
think
tell you...
Yeah, he got one. He won one last year.
A Latin Grammy. He won a Latin Grammy last year. Was it last year or the year before?
One was side piece or something.
He was nominated on a category with side piece. Yes, he was nominated, but he didn't win. I think Diplo won that one.
Oh, interesting.
Dude,
my bad.
No worries. This guy gets nominated. It's like, if I tell you the amount of artists that he actually produces and works along with, like I can give you a fucking whole list, because the guy is a Terminator. For as long as I ever met him, he's a Terminator. And when I say a Terminator, I talk about in terms of making music. The guy literally wakes up, opens up the laptop and starts doing shit, and it doesn't stop until he goes to sleep. I've seen him sleeping in the studio. This is like, oh yeah, I got a couple of hours. I gotta, I'm just gonna get shut eye, sleep, and then I'll wake up, do this very quickly, and then I gotta go and tour. I'm like, huh? How the hell you even got time for that? I've been on his studio a few times. The EP that he released with Jimmy and Levi, All In EP that released on Spinning Records, I was there when he started that song, All In, with Jimmy. And I was just blown away, because he's just started out of nothing. He just like, and I'm like, that's it? You already got your hit song? That's it? What? I can't emphasize how much I seen this dude, and he's like, yo, like, this guy is going places, man. And I'm happy that he's getting to the spot where he wants to be, because him being a DJ wasn't his plan, to be honest. He actually wanted to focus more on his Ricky Mears persona more, but they told him, like, if you want to start doing that, like, you need to start somewhere, and you need to start doing the DJ, doing the whole nitty gritty.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, and then
I've been following him for years, and like, I don't stay on top of his like music and releases really. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just not good at doing that. But like, everything I've heard from him is always fire. But he also shout out Nitty Gritty, because like the shit he be posting, and like, it literally seemed like he does not stop. Like, ever. Like, he's just always doing shit. Like, it's insane to me how, I mean, unless he's like finessing me, but it really do seem like he genuinely does not stop. Like, he's either in the studio or he's like, dude got like a record with Megan, doesn't he? Megan Thee Stallion, some shit. He had a crazy, or it was a remix or something. Like, some of the names he's got on his records are like the biggest names on the planet type shit. Like,
bro, like, he has worked with Mustard's Beat. He has worked with Skip Marley. He has worked with Beyonce's remixes. He has worked with Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B's WAP. He did the house remix, and the label Atlantic Records allow him to release it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he has worked with Cardi B before Cardi B blew it up. He worked on the Bodak Yellow album, but the song that he didn't made it to the album, but he still got paid for it. And he still got invited to go to Cardi B. And so anytime he ever wants to do a remix, any remix of any Cardi B's music, it's just one phone call away, and they'll be like, yeah, you're good to go for it. And and all of the lights from Kanye West. the Kanye West label allow him to release that, because if not, they would have just like slapped that copyright infringement. And that was supposed to be a bootleg edit, and they allow him to release it as an official remix.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, no,
that doesn't surprise me though. I know, and like I know his writing credits, production credits are just like so deep. Like he's got his shit in everywhere. So
no, I told him that he was gonna be the next Skrillex. No cap. He's like, nah. I told him that like when we started it together 7 years ago, and he was in my bedroom, and I was teaching him how to DJ so he can learn. I told him, and we're like, yo, you're gonna be the next fucking Skrillex. Like, and he was like, nah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I'm gonna be that big. I'm like, dude, don't put your fucking self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Like, when I see talent, I see talent. And then when I do see talent, I call it out, and I tell him, watch out for this person. Watch out for this person. And I've been telling that my whole goddamn life, especially in the local scene. And not many people even took me serious about it, you know? And people were like, I don't know, bro. Like, we'll see. He hasn't done anything. We'll see. Where he is right now, bro.
Oh yeah, he been killing shit for a little while now. It's crazy to see how just consistent his growth is. It's wild.
I mean, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. He's a beast, bro. He's a hold out there, and he's reaching his goals, man. He's reached his dreams, man. And I'm so happy that, you know, finally we made it. I do have to say this. I had to mention this in the pod. You know, not too long ago, we actually did talk for a bit, because not too long ago we lost a very good friend of ours. Rest in peace to Jacob. It was very sad when we heard the news. You know, it was like literally spur of the moment, and it was during Miami Music Week, Ultra Music Festival weekend. It was just completely sad, bro. And when we found out the reason why, it just like it broke my heart overall, man, because the guy was just, he was a very, very, very happy person, you know, a very, very happy person who was just full of joy, full of smiles all around. We didn't know how severe his demons were, you know, and he succumbed to that, you know. And you know, I'm just still waiting for it, you know, to do the memorial service. We're about to do one soon, you know, but it's sad, you know. It's sad. And I had to bring that attention because I don't know if you've seen it in my post, you know. I put it out there very clearly, and I tell people, and I said this very, very often in every episode, or at least the majority of my episodes, you know, and I let the people know, like, guys, mental health is this real serious shit, you know. I've had it before. Still dealing it, but my therapy is basically podcasting. So in a way, I'm getting better at it. But depression is no joke. And I've been on that road before. And you know, and I always tell people, it's just like, yo, anybody you see them, just tell them that you love them. No homo, no shit, not any of that bullshit. Just tell them you love them and that you're always there for them, you know, because you really don't know when it's the last time you'll see them, man. And that hit home, you know, that hit home. That was probably my first friend that I ever lost through, you know, for suicide, you know. So I had my own depression. I had my own demons that I fought for many years, you know, especially when I was living at a shitty place and I was working a shitty job, barely no sleep. Barely I couldn't do anything with my music at that time. It was just, you know, I was ready to take off, but my depression was anchoring me down, you know, so I couldn't come that farther as I was hoping to get to, you know. And then I stopped. I went on a hiatus. I say, like, I need to, because my mental health comes first before anything, you know. And I always tell people, like, I think I found my recipe, and I always tell the people around, if they ever want to get to it, is like, if you feel some different, if you feel like you're not happy, just do stuff that makes you fucking happy. Like, for example, you know, makes me happy playing Yu-Gi-Oh. For many, it's a child's game, but you know what? That shit makes me happy. That playing a little bit of video games, spending time with my cousins or my friends, you know, watching all these Marvel movies, reading anime or reading mangas, watching anime shows, you know. Spending time with my fiance, you know, that type of shit makes me happy. And I always enforce it and continue on it. And I always tell people, like, when you feel a certain way, stop what you're doing If you had to take a pause for the cause, just do it. Fuck yeah, bro. This shit is real. This shit is real. And I hate when people like say like, oh, that's just an excuse. It's like, you know what, dude, you're an excuse for, because you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is until you fill in those shoes, And
Oh yeah, that's facts.
yeah, and I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry if I dampered this a little bit, but it's something that I always bring it up, because it needs to be said. It needs to be said. We need to have this as of like it's okay to have these conversations. We can't just like make it sound like it's taboo or never speak about it, because if we make it sound like it's taboo, then that's where shit gets even worse, and then we never talk about it, and then we'll never know what's going on, and then things could go south real quick, and I don't know, man. I'm sorry if I dampered.
No, you're good. No, you're good, baby.
Yeah. But I do want to ask you, and if you don't want to answer it, that's fine by me, and we can just opt it out and keep moving, like, have you had this sort of experience? And if it's so, what are the steps that you actually do for people who are listening to?
I mean, I feel like, if anybody has been following my socials for the last year, they would know that, yeah, I've definitely I'm going through like that shit all the time, unfortunately. But I mean, there's like a million things that, well, I mean, I don't know. Realistically, like the best way that you can like help yourself with that shit is just like having people around you that legitimately like want the best for you, and that like make you feel comfortable enough to actually like tell them what's going on. So I mean, I don't have like an answer, because I mean everybody who has or is dealing with that shit, like, what's gonna work for me is not gonna work for them.
That's true.
Or like a million other people. So like, I mean, realistically, like the best thing I can recommend is that just having, if you got one person like that in your life, I feel like you're lucky. But like, if you got like a decent support system around you that like you feel comfortable enough to like let them know what's good with you or what's not good, like start there, and then like, go from there.
That's a great answer, man, and that's great that you're allowed to tell. Thank you for sharing that, honestly. And like I said, like you didn't have to answer that if you didn't want to, and we could just opt that out, That,
oh no, you good.
No,
I mean, that's not, I wouldn't even say that's like a great answer, because like there's a million people who don't have that luxury, or like,
right,
they don't have, anybody for a million reasons. There's a million reasons why you would not be lucky enough to have that person in your life or like connection with someone. So I mean, kind of a useless answer, but
I mean, don't look at it as a useless answer. It is an answer, and it's not a guarantee that it may help somebody, but if it does help one person, that's the best we can do, man. Like, it only takes that one, and afterwards, keep it going, bro. Keep it going, bro.
Yes, sir.
I mean, let me ask you this, because I know that I've been following you on your social media, and when you took a pause, like you actually completely stopped social media altogether. Like you didn't have any other apps altogether. You weren't even watching or paying attention to it. How did that feel?
I mean, I was like, I did my best to stay off of that shit, but yeah, for like, I guess it was like 6 weeks, almost 2 months, or maybe, I don't know, 6 weeks, 2 months or something. I was like, I had enough shit going on, and like I was just in a place where I was like, because through the whole pandemic, like I was like, because I couldn't tour at all, so I just started having like, I had like a release every single 2 weeks, like every single 2 weeks. I didn't miss anything. So like I was just consistently making music, and then like worrying about releases and shit, and like I basically didn't stop that for like 2 full years. I was also doing like a lot of like videos and just other shit at the time too. So like, but I just basically was ignoring like a ton of shit that I shouldn't have been. But it got to this point where I was like, yeah, I need to completely like empty my calendar as far as like commitments and responsibilities go. And like, I need to get the fuck off the internet, because like the internet and the phone, like, of course, the internet is the greatest thing in the world. I'm on it nonstop. It's the reason why I've had a career. and a phone, obviously. It's the greatest thing in the world. You can do, I can send you $10,000 right now. I can do anything on my phone right now. It's the greatest thing in the world. But like the amount of fucking problems and like of the way it's made people so disconnected is like, it drives me crazy now. And I like, there's nothing I'll hate more now when like I'm trying to kick it with someone and like they be on their phone nonstop. It's like, and like you can just tell when you're talking to them, it's like they're not retaining a fucking word you're saying. Like they're not chilling with you. It's like, it's like if I'm having a conversation with someone and I don't feel like we're like, and honestly, I used to be terrible with this shit. I used to be on my phone. Like I was always like, I would always use the excuse like, yo, I'm working. 'Cause, like I was always checking my socials and shit because this was my full-time job. But like, and so I would always be like, because really at the time, like my girl was the only one who would call me out on it and be like, chill with the phone. But like, I would just be like, yo, I'm working, like chill. I would always use that excuse, which is like such a fucking load of shit. Like there is nothing that can't wait that like you need to be on that shit every second when you're like, and it's just like, I see it. So I started seeing that in myself because I started seeing it like people were doing it to me. And I was like, I hate this so much, but I just recognized, I was like, yo, I do this shit just as much. So I like before I was trying to take a break from the internet, really trying to make an effort to not do that. But then when I was like, yo, I'm not posting shit for 2 months. I'm not worried about like my numbers for 2 months. I know like it's still pandemic right now. So I know I'm not playing shows for 2 months. And I was like, I didn't care about anything really going on my phone. So then when I did start like just out of habit opening those apps, because I didn't fully delete them off my phone because I'm lazy, so I didn't want to have to deal with re-downloading that shit.
Yeah, I know that
like,
feeling.
But I also legitimately like did not want to be on them. So like I would catch myself slipping like here and then. But as soon as I like clicked like, hey, you're on your shit, I would close it. And it was just like, it's great, dude. Like really the phone is like, and not much, like my shit didn't change from being off my phone. Like, my life didn't fall apart. Like I would check my emails and shit when I checked my emails, but I wasn't like worried about what was going on EDM Twitter, if my release is doing well or just dumb shit, like how many likes my post got. Like it was incredible to take a break. And I'm still like really trying to not be on that shit because it's also like, it's not normal for how much info and shit is readily available at your fingertips. Like if you start your day, if your alarm goes off, you roll over and you turn off your alarm and you swipe open and go on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook for like, let's say 5 minutes. And I'm pretty sure most people probably do it like more than that because that's what I used to do. And that like 5 to 10 minutes, like the amount of bullshit that you have ingested that doesn't affect you like in any way. Like at all for the most part. Maybe some of it will a bit, but like first thing in the morning, so you've been up 5 minutes and you've just taken in all of this it's just it's wild, bro. Like so you're already gonna be either like really angry about something or really happy about something, or like just the amount of like in your face like stimulating bullshit
and
it's crazy to me. Because like when I was a kid, I didn't get a phone till I was like 18. So and we didn't have like, I didn't have TVs in my room, none of this shit. So like I would wake up, and even like I feel most kids before the internet, they would wake up, go upstairs, and like maybe their parents had like the local on or something, but like there was no Twitter or Instagram or like instantly available like worldwide everything. So like you would wake up and like maybe you would see something on the news while you're eating breakfast, like one thing, and you wouldn't hear about like all these tiny problems about a million people who don't fucking concern you at all. Or you hear about like minor conflicts and like other areas of the world or like all of this shit. Maybe some of it's great, maybe some of it's just like, I feel like it's not normal for a human to wake up and just
No, it's
be
not.
like that much shit already thrown at you. It's like,
yeah,
I
no.
feel like it's why everybody be crazy.
Yeah, bro. I feel you, bro. And you're literally hitting the nail on the coffin in all this, because it's funny that you say that when you wake up, the first thing you do is you check your phone, because a professor of mine said, ask for some reason we were talking about this topic of conversation that was very controversial, but he says, like, guys, be honest, all of you guys, when you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? And many of the guys, including myself, I say, well, when I wake up, I just go to the bathroom and pee, because I've been holding that shit the whole night. The fuck? And he's like, you guys are full of shit. The first thing you guys do when you wake up is you pull up the phone and see what's happening on Facebook. And everybody was quiet. And I was like, oh, yeah, true.
Oh, that's facts, of course.
And bro, I call it the virtual drug.
Oh, of course.
Because it's a dopamine.
99% of the world who has a smartphone is addicted to that shit.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. I'm still fully addicted to it too, but I'm also like aware of that shit, and I'm actively trying to.
Exactly.
I don't like this, man. I really don't like how fucked up I am on this. And like, because I started doing it, I kind of like having this week, I've been off having a shit week with it, but I noticed like if I wake up and I don't check my phone, like I just put on do not disturb when I wake up, put on do not disturb, and I just do like make coffee. I do like my little morning routine, like a little exercise. It's like a half-hour window. If I can do all of that shit just at 30 minutes without checking my phone at all, like that start to my day is so much better than, because if I open my phone, go on Twitter minutes, or I check my email, or I check Instagram, maybe I get like a message that ruins my day or some shit, or like maybe I see some issue that I'm just like super upset about. I don't need to know that in that first 30 minutes of that day. There is nothing that cannot wait that 30 minutes. So if I can just wake up and the only thing I'm focused on is like, I'm waking up, I'm making my coffee, I'm like doing my little workout shit right now. I'm about to go, my coffee's done, I'm about to go do that. Takes me half hour, and then I sit down. Like just that 30 minutes of not being worried or like excited, or like just 30 minutes of like somewhat normal.
Yeah.
I feel like that just starts my day so much better. And then I can like be like, okay, now I have to check some bullshit, because like I have to live and like check my emails and texts and shit. But if you just give you 30 minutes of like not overloading your shit, it's crazy. I notice like the biggest difference when I do that.
Yeah, no, I got just part of my depression at that time was because I was so hooked up with the whole social media aspect, because obviously for an up and coming artist, you need social media. Unfortunately, it is what it is in today's world. You need to have a social media presence. And I was there the whole time. And I noticed that every time I'm there present, I feel drained, like energy wise. Like I feel drained. I don't feel happy. I feel everything has to be forced. Everything has to be feel like somebody needs to approve me. That's how I feel. That's how I felt.
Sure.
I need to be approved by somebody. I need somebody to, holy shit, this blue checkmark guy just checked on me. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I needed that because, and that was my problem when I was making music at the start, is that I had the mentality of I need to please others before I please myself, because it's the only way to get it out there. And then you get yourself with social media and all that shit. That's the only way. That was not the way. I felt that. I felt that when Instagram is becoming at its peak moment, at its highest, when the whole stories and shit, and Twitter was dying from becoming Twitter, and then now becomes Twitter the toxic place where everybody shits on itself, and Facebook was just dying overall of being a platform, and now it's just a a meme platform. I get the wildest memes from Facebook, and I saw that. I saw the problem, and I said, like, I need to stop that. And as soon as I stopped that, it's like, circle back to what I said earlier. Like, that made me feel better. But I saw it, and I said to myself, like, dude, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm not fucking, putting my presence out there or, commenting on other people's posts for fuck knows reason, just because I wanted my voice, my opinion to be heard. Like, no,
Yeah.
I don't need that shit. I'm very drama free. I'm in my 30s right now, man. And I've dealt with so much bullshit here in Miami with the EDM scene. I've dealt with so much shit back home as well in the scene. Like, I'm too over this shit. Seriously. I ain't got time for this. So I quit overall of being actively present in these social media, even though I shouldn't, because that's the only way how to get more involved with my music and with my podcast. But I said myself, like, fuck people, bro. Honestly, not saying that I hate people. No, guys, no. I love my followers, my fans, my listeners, everybody who sees me. I love you guys. But I'm in it in the sense like, I'm tired of thinking what people think of me. Fuck that. Like, let me just do whatever makes me happy. Let me do what I want. And if people fuck with it, man, yo, that's Gucci. If no, that's fine to me too. Like, I don't need anyone's validation. I stopped that, like, I guess I think right around when I wrote my last dubstep track is when I decided, like, I'm gonna stop seeking validation for people. If people fuck with it, cool. If not, better. And that was, like, probably when the pandemic started. Actually, that was probably it. And that's when, during those 2 years, that's where I started little by little writing the song that you sang on, the one that me and Mantek started collabing. Because I showed him, and I did that just because, like, I feel that's what I felt like. I never done melodic dubstep, and I feel like I need a change. I want to do something different. I want to do something that makes me happy. Chill step, melodic dubstep, color bass, future rhythm, whatever you want to call it. That makes me happy. It's happy music, and that made me so happy that you guys, like, got involved with it. I'm just like, holy shit! I did something amazing. Like, and I'm proud of it. Like, because I'm happy with the song. And then when you guys got more involved with it, I got even more happy. It's like, holy fuck, that's awesome. Maybe I'm contradicting myself a little bit here, but no, but I was just, I said, like, fuck it, let's just do it. Do what makes me happy. And if it doesn't make me happy, I'll say something about it, and that's when the podcast came about. That's another reason. I got too many reasons why I started the podcast. One of them was, my own therapy. I need to talk to somebody or talk to the camera so somebody can hear my bullshits, my rants, my complaints. Also, all the ugly shit that happens in the industry that nobody talks about, like, if you and me know all the fuck shit that happens in this industry, and it is not being publicized as much as one should, and I'm becoming that. I'm having that platform in which, like, guys, if you guys want to be part of this industry, you should know some of these dirty little secrets. And know these secrets, so either you don't have to deal with them, or if you do deal with them, know how to deal with them and help each other out. Like, form a community instead of eating each other out like fucking sharks. Because I don't know how the Canadian scene is, but here in Miami, everybody's a shark, man. It's every man for itself, especially the housing. The housing is just brutal overall. The basing, there's no love in basing, because as much as a lot of bass producers are here, and there's, like, a lot of dope bass producers here, they get no love. So
yeah, I never heard that Miami really had, like, a big bass scene aside from, like, when you get Ultra, obviously, but, like,
but Ultra is not even I consider Ultra to be a festival for house and trance only.
Yeah, it's still not like a bass festival. They just got the odd bass acts and shit.
And
they're booking a lot more, which is dope. But
But still, no, like the base that we had was basically Forbidden Kingdom. That was the only
Oh, yeah,
base.
yeah.
That was the only base until the people who started the festival and run it, they sold it to Insomniac. Now it's an Insomniac owned event.
Yeah, I thought that was wild.
Bro, and I remember the first flyer that I participated. Like I didn't participate as if like I was playing, but I was there and I met Dion for the first time. I met Trampa for the first time. And yo, the lineup itself, even though it was small, you have fucking Ascension back to back with, you know, Dion Timmer. You got 12 Planet, Adventure Club, Zomboy. You got Sullivan King. You got Wooly. Like, it was stacked. The lineup was stacked. Even for a few artists only, it was stacked, bro. Now it's like a whole different monster to deal with, which in my opinion, guys, I felt like they should have never sold it to Insomniac because I feel like they knew the potential they have and they could have get the going and become bigger. But I'm not there in those meetings. I'm not in those boards. I don't know what went on. I don't know how much Pascal offered them to, you know, buy them out. Maybe it was the best option for them at the time. Kudos for them. But if I know I have a monster potential and somebody wants to buy me out, I will never sell because that means I have a potential and it's going to be bigger than ever. That's me, logically, business mentality, how I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know literally jack shit about who's buying what or how that works. I'm not even going to pretend like I do, but I feel like that's crazy that Insomniac did buy it. They obviously saw it was just a crazy opportunity in a good market. So,
I mean, they made it.
I mean, Insomniac has probably stepped it up like they always do with their product the first year. So I'm sure it, I mean, I feel like we'll see what people say about it this year, I think, right? Last one was the first. So
this year, yeah, it was last year was the first from Insomniac, and this is the second year. And then we got a bunch of homies, you know, in the lineup, which is dope.
Oh yeah, there's lots of. I mean, I feel like there's like half the scene is on that lineup, so there's lots of homies on there for sure. It's awesome to see.
Yeah. What's going on, everyone? If you guys made it all the way to the end of the episode and you feel kind of left out, like why didn't the episode finish? Like, don't worry, guys. It's okay. The episode was way too big for me to put it in just one episode that I had to divide the episode because there was so many good content and so many good topics and discussions that it cannot be discussed under one episode, but had to divide it so we can always have brand new episodes with brand new topics every Friday. Always remember that. So be sure to like and subscribe for your weekly episodes at the Lone Wolv Podcast for SoundCloud, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and of course the YouTube channel at lonewolfpod.com. That's right, lonewolfpod.com, where you can check all my latest episodes. And always remember to comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts. Share your experiences. If you guys got a certain topic that you want me to cover for the next episode, please let me know on the comments down below, and I'll do my best to do so. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.